Hey guys, Josiah here. Good morning. Checking in, just doing a quick review of yesterday's volume signals on the daily time frame. We got a quarterly chart, weekly, monthly chart, weekly chart, and a daily chart here. And so I'm just going to quickly go down some of these high volume signals that happened yesterday, just so we can review those. It looks like ON. I don't know. I don't actually know this company. ON Semiconductor. Had a volume signal yesterday and the day before. It's kind of getting some churn volume picked up. This is one of the types of trades that I look for in a trend. And I can find my tool here. I'll show you. So we have this double bottom that happened on the weekly, broke out, did a pullback, a retest of this breakout high. And you can see here there's volume at the high of this range. And we're retesting that high volume level here. There's also volume way back here at the same exact level there. So basically the $20 level. And so we came back down and retested that here on the weekly, and you can see the volume stepped in on the daily chart here on several different days, supporting that pullback. And now we've driven back up. We hit a little bit of supply here up at the top of this range. And now we're pulling back off of that and hitting some more support is what it looks like here on the chart. So this could be a good pullback trade in the trend if you expect this to continue and break outward. An initial 1 hour target would be 23.19, 2 hours would be 23.69-ish, somewhere in there. And so that one, it's trying essentially to go ahead and break out and become a trend here. And so we'll see if that ends up happening. But that is a potential little pullback trade there. We've got, let's see, Schwab, nice little ping pong kind of symbols here, as I call them. You got volume marking the high of this range, low, high, low. And so now we're kind of retesting this prior pivot high up here. And I'm not sure if this is something that I would see as being ready to take. I would be more interested in it after it breaks above this level and pulls back to retest that. But this is a valid little, it's broken out, pulled back, and it's retesting the high of this right now. And so that one could be one. It's probably not that clean though, honestly. So maybe just pass on that one. So we got Exelon. 3 signals over the past 3 days here, where we've got volume increasingly stepping up. And we are in a pretty good weekly trend here. So yeah, that one looks like a pretty good pullback trade. Volume up here at the high, kind of weaker volume as we pull back. Volume down here toward the low, off of the highs of this pullback. So at least in the next couple of days here, so it's bouncing on this 49. And so maybe we'll range around for a couple more days, but after we break out above this little tiny daily range high, then that could be a good trade on the pullback. Keep an eye on that one. EXC. PFD. This is selling off and meeting some resistance down here. And it looks like we have this high pivot on the weekly chart right around $39. I don't really see anything to do with that unless you're a longer term holder. AZN, AstraZeneca. So we're down here testing the open of this gap up area, which was a pivot high over here and kind of a range high back in here. And I'm not really seeing a lot to do with that unless you're longer term and thinking this is going to be, I think this still needs a little bit more time personally. Twitter, volume burst up here at the highs. And through in here as it reached up to the highs. Now we're pulling back off of that and getting some volume down off of the highs here. So this is kind of the picture that I like to look for, and it does look like we are, if we zoom in here a little bit, kind of coming back down to retest the high of this range here as support, and we're meeting some support there. So that could be a good signal, a good sign that there are buyers waiting there. So a break above here could be a good pullback trade. You can see it kind of the same thing that I like to see. We broke above this high, pulled back to retest the high of this range here, and volume stepped in near the bottom of that range off the highs, and that supported this move. And so we're kind of doing, it looks like to me, the same kind of move here with a higher level, and that could be another additional leg up. Guild. This is more of a signal for the longer term guys. Looks like there is some volume coming in here, but we've broken down under this range, and then some people, it looks like, have been buying up whatever shares are being sold down there. So it's meeting resist or support here, and it's yet to be seen whether or not that's going to hold. Love, Southwest Airlines. Nice little signal that started out the weekly moves, stopped it up there. Daily came in and helped it bottom out down here. And we tested the top of this range. Volume came in to support it. Didn't really get much of a push there. Coming back down and supporting it again, it looks like. Maybe a break above this second candle back 2 days ago. That might be interesting. That one's, if we can get above that resistance here at this level, then that could be good, essentially, but kind of yet to be seen if that's going to happen, and we do have some overhead supply there. Citigroup, that one I don't think is ready. It had kind of this weekly monthly 1, 2, 3 kind of setup going on inside high churn bars here, triggered above that, and we're starting to trend here. We've hit a little bit of supply on the daily as we come up into this weekly area where this prior volume signal happened, where the breakdown happened. I think you got to wait another day or so on that one to see if that one materializes. Maybe some more volume steps up a little bit off the high, further off the high there. This one, we're down into a quarterly range low, and we're kind of testing that. I don't really see much to do with that one yet. And then Halliburton, a nice quarterly signal last quarter. It looks like we've got this range low here that we're testing, put in kind of a double bottom here that we're waiting to see if it's going to break above that and trigger as kind of a micro double bottom here. See if we can trigger that and get back up to the high of the range. But right now, yesterday was a sell-off day, so we'd have to really get back above that high for it to mean anything at this point. This is more of a long-term holders game right there. And so on the green side, just real quickly here, we got some signals on CBS. Some volume is coming in to support the low of this range here. You can see several days have seen high volume churn down here at the low of this range. It may be that we've tested it too many times. Maybe we're going to go ahead and eat through that support, but maybe not. So this one, I would keep more of an eye on as we move forward and see if that holds. If you want to trade it on the short side, sure, but I'd be more interested if that support holds, then we get a pullback on a higher level, something like that. USB, looks like we're hitting into some resistance here as we get back up into this range area from before. So this one needs to have a pullback before we can get another push through that, it looks like to me. BB&T, Volume came in to support the bottom of this range here. You can see on the weekly there's this inside high churn candle there after a push, pause, churn, push, and we had a nice little pullback there. But anyway, yeah, we had volume step in on the daily down here, pulled back, volume kind of came in off the highs here, and then broke above that. It's starting to maybe look a little better, but I would probably give that one another couple of days here. Fitbit. I kind of like the look of this where we had some volume, it's hit some resistance here, and we're selling back off, but resistance support is kind of stepping up too, it looks like. So it's just it's churning during this period, this pullback period, indicating that there's a lot of there's kind of a battle being fought as we pull back here. So maybe a break above here could be good for a trend continuation. And it looks like Mondelez, I think I covered this the other day. We had some nice signals on the monthly here. Weekly had some pretty good signals too. Push, pause, churn, push, pull back. Not really much of a volume signal there until we started breaking back up. This one, yeah, I'm not really that interested in that one. It might go ahead and, this kind of indicates some support here. So maybe it will go ahead and turn around today and push some more, but that's not really a super clean setup for me. PayPal, last one here. We've got broken out a nice little quarterly setup here. We're at a good trend, quarterly inside on high churn. The supply was absorbed, broke out above it. So yeah, we're in a good trend. I think we need a little bit deeper of a pullback here, but it is coming back off the highs, putting in a little churn here on the daily right at this level. And so that one could be good on the break up. I probably honestly would want one more candle or something like that, but that could be good. And it is showing that there is a little bit of support there on PayPal. So that's what I got for today. Just thought I'd go ahead and go over those, and hopefully that's helpful. I just do these videos to kind of review what I look for as far as volume, churn signals, indicating support and resistance, and I hope this helps some of the relative volume users out there that use my indicator on the site. And anyway, so we'll go over this again tomorrow probably, and talk to you then.